Hello folks, L.A. Little here with TA Today, bringing you neoclassical technical analysis on a regular basis, giving you trading ideas, setups, and thoughts about where this market is and where it's going. Let's get into it. The short message on these markets. Now we've just seen, I'm doing this on 4/14, looks about 11 o'clock my time, so about 2 hours before the close. It looks to me like your risk reward just doesn't make sense anymore. And that is because we've moved so far so fast again. And this happens, you know, in these markets, we get these quote unquote V-shaped bottoms, right? And usually when they get right back to the top or that area, right, that's when you get some sort of a retrace before you try to break out and make it go. Are we going to get a breakout and, you know, moonshot again? Well, I don't know. There are some ABCD structures that could get you there. They're in play. So, you know, I wouldn't discount it and say, no, it can't happen. We got a lot of momentum. We had a lot of damage and we're repairing it though. And so, yes, longer term makes a lot of sense to be long. I mean, if you're playing your cards correctly, you missed most of this drawdown. That necessarily means you probably didn't have as much inventory going back up. You know, I did tell you I was buying back down here. I actually had to add some back here, and I've written that in, you know, I don't know if I did it in the videos or not, but I've talked about it. But I didn't have nearly as the amount of inventory I'd like to have, right? Still have too much cash. And now I find myself up here. Am I going to chase it up here? No, it doesn't make sense. Am I going to buy a retrace? Yes, I'm going to buy a retrace just like you should do, right? Because you get retraces. This one is gold now, but I doubt we're going to get there. You got this huge gap, probably just not going to get there anytime soon. Where's the trade? It's between here and here. That's where the trade's going to be, right in that area. 67, 60 or so, up to about 68, 60 or so. That's where you want to try to, you know, load the boat, so to speak. And you want to average back in as it comes back into these areas and then see if you can get this move to the breakout. You've had huge moves, folks, and you've seen huge, massive moves in stocks like, say, Amazon. Look at Amazon. It's back up here testing the highs, up 20+% already off the bottom. You know, these are huge stocks, massive moves. So I hope that helps. You know, don't chase, don't FOMO. You don't need to FOMO. Wait, be patient, use the retraces to get long, and use that as your opportunity to put back on some of that inventory. If you miss that drawdown, now you can take and add that inventory without suffering all those losses, and now he's trying to make it back kind of thing. At least that's my approach. Try to avoid the losses, keep your portfolio near its all-time highs, and then add the inventory back when it makes sense, and it makes sense again. And then we'll see where it wants to go. Hope that helps you. Leave comments if you want me to review particular things. I'm more than willing to do that. Have a great one. I'll see you next time.